Hi folks, okay, I'm going to show you today just an overview of the alert rules section, creating an alert rule itself and what the different elements of that mean. So if you go into overview, alerts and then rules, click straight onto create new alert rule. Okay, so here we have the entity, which is basically, it's based on the actual MySQL table. So for instance, we've got the example already populated there, which is devices.status. That signifies that the table name is devices, and then the status is the column name within that table. So whilst we don't have a full list of what entities are available to you, you can have a look around the MySQL table itself, show tables, describe the table name, and then obviously have a look through there to see what you want to reference within this alert rule. So we're going to keep it really simple for now. We're going to hit devices as the table. It gives you a list of column names that are available to be selected there. You can type and it'll try and match as best it can on certain elements. So we're going to go for host name. You can see that's popping up there now for us to select. The condition, it's based on MySQL conditions, so they should be relatively self-explanatory. Equals, like, larger than, smaller than, probably some of the common ones to use. In this particular case, we're going to stick with equals. The value here now, so what we're trying to say is the device's host name equals, and then as I've only got one device here at the moment, that's all I can type in is localhost. So this alert rule here is going to match on if the device's host name equals localhost. Now the connection in this instance isn't relevant for us, but if you were trying to create a more complicated rule, for instance, you might want to match on the host name equals localhost or host name equals local domain, then you'd hit OR at this stage, or you might want to combine different entities together to make up a larger complex alert rule, such as devices.hostname equals localhost and devices.os equals Linux. And that way you would combine both of those together to make one alert rule. So we're sticking with just this one for now as a test. Severity. You can elect here to select whether you want to send this alert as an OK warning or critical. I think critical is pretty much the most common one that most people will select. Maximum alerts. So this is how many alerts are going to be sent out via the transport. As an example here, we're just going to choose 5. So we're only going to receive 5 actual alerts for this before no more will be sent out. Now other options are either leave it blank or -1 to give you unlimited alerts, or you can select any other numerical value. So we've got now delay. The delay is how long to wait in seconds before we send an actual alert to the transport. So if we wanted to wait 5 minutes before sending an alert to the transport, then you can enter either 300 for 300 seconds, or we do use M for minutes and H for hours, so we can do 5M to dictate that it's 5 minutes, as in 300 seconds. Same goes for the interval as well. It's in seconds but supports minutes and hours. Interval is basically how frequently we were going to send an alert to the transport after that. So the first alert rule will go out 5 minutes, and then if we want to keep repeating that alert, then we can set it to say 30 minutes, and that alert will then go out every 30 minutes after the first 5. Now, mute alerts, you can mute the alert from day 1. So whilst the alert will get triggered, and you will see that in the web UI, you actually won't receive any alerts via the transports. A variety of reasons why you might want to do that, but the default is to have that off and actually send notifications. Invert match, it's here because it was quite easy to add in, but this completely flips this alert rule on its head. So basically, rather than matching on the device's hostname being localhost, it'll match on it not being localhost. So it's quite an odd thing to have in, but we have that there for completeness. Rule name, this is just for your records. Type something quite descriptive in so you know what it is next time. For this, we're just going to type testing rule. Testing. And map to. Okay, so this is where now you can map this particular rule to an individual device or to a group of devices. Now at present I don't have a group of devices set up here for me to be able to show you that, but you could quite easily map that straight to localhost. So if for instance we were matching on devices.os equals Linux on its own, we can map that alert rule straight to a single device as well. So for now I'm just going to keep this as a generic rule, as a global rule. Click Save. This page now will give you an overview of what we've just entered into that web UI. Now you can see the status is already triggered. The reason is I've got a script in the background at the moment which is just constantly trying to run these alerts just so that for the demo you can see what's happening. Normally that would just go green to start with, and then within the next poll run it would change if the alert rule itself was matched. Now you can enable and disable the alert rule straight from the web UI. You can edit this, we'll show you the same form as we've just previously used, or you can delete the rule itself. That's it for now, thanks.